7 years have gone so fast since the last time St. Joseph's Prep has been at the Palestra. That team, 7-6, the 7th seed, took a pretty upsetting loss to Roman Catholic, who was a 4 seed. But oh, have the turns tabled, as the saying goes. This team is all revamped and all ready for an incredible semifinal matchup here against the Father Judge Crusaders. The 1 seed, 12-1 record in the regular season, one of the greatest teams in prep history potentially. We'll find out after tonight's matchup. Once again, these St. Joseph's Prep Hawks take on the Father Judge Crusaders here at the Cathedral of Basketball on the campus of the University of Pennsylvania, the Palestra. I'm joined here with the best high school basketball analyst in the state of Pennsylvania, Anthony Sorgi. Anthony, the vibes are high. How you feeling, my man?
This is great, Dom. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better place to be in right now. We're in the Cathedral. It's near full, near capacity. You've got 2 great student sections. Father Judge wearing the black, St. Joe's Prep wearing the white, both on the floor and in the student section this evening. This is going to be an awesome, awesome environment to be in. Couldn't be much happier than I am now.
Yeah, Anthony, and we look at this matchup. Let's talk about the last time these two teams faced. It was Super Bowl Sunday. Many of you may not have seen the game. Father Judge handed St. Joe's Prep the first loss. It ended their route to a potential perfect season. And now we just got to talk about how all this culminates to where we are now. Father Judge comes into the nest, takes a victory over St. Joe's Prep. You know, I bet some fans in this news section were pretty upset, but, you know, 12-1 isn't that upsetting, in my opinion, Anthony. What do you think?
12-1, you can't be mad. The Hawks had an off night, very simply. It happens. Those are the type of games where, yes, you're playing for state seeding, which is shot 17% from 3. Mekhi Robertson, 20% from the field. It was an off day overall. But segueing into what I just said, I was going to mention the big, big time state playoff implications. Roman Catholic is in to the state playoffs. Judge tonight, this is win or the season is over for the Crusaders. The Prep, meanwhile, they also need a win. This is a win or go home game, not just for the PCL, but for the entire season and for the high school careers of these seniors.
Yeah, Anthony, and Roman Catholic, as they did, take down Devon Prep. Huge, huge victory by them. 8th consecutive appearance for them in the championship, which is an incredible accomplishment and feat. And they're looking for that three-peat Sunday at 2:45. They'll all be there waiting for the winner of this matchup, which we're going to get to. We're going to break down everything as we can in the few minutes that we do have. Coach Harrigan, what a remarkable season he's had. I mean, without doubt, it's perfect for his resume, to say the least, right?
Absolutely. I mean, Coach Harrigan, obviously 2-time Coach of the Year now for the Hawks. Now he's looking to move on to the PCL Championship. He's at the Palestra for the first time. This is a prep team that has not been here with this group. Meanwhile, for Father Judge, when you look at them, they're sitting with a Palestra appearance last year. They lost in the semifinals to Roman. So for Judge, they've been here before. They haven't gotten the job finished on the first of 2 nights of play. For St. Joe's Prep, first time. Going to be the last time for this senior squad led by Jordan Ellerby, Owen Chamberlain, and Jaron McKee.
As you said, Anthony, it's them seniors. That's what highlights the St. Joe's Prep squad. Let's talk about the magic number with Jordan Ellerby.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
It's one more than his number 2. You want to just tell him everything about it, Anthony?
Jordan Ellerby, so close to 1,000 points in his prep career just on Thursday against Archbishop Wood. And today he goes for 1,000. Looks to get that 3 hopefully early. Get the prep half of the gym roaring in just chaos and craziness, as we saw at the end of the Roman game where the fans mobbed the team. Hoping to see some craziness from this prep bench and for Jordan Ellerby once he hits that record, because it's hard to do. I mean, very few guys can do it in the PCL. I mean, I'll throw out one random name that's done it in this league. Marvin Harrison Sr., father of Jet Harrison, of the Preps football team, just got an offer from the University of Tennessee. Fun fact of the day for you all. But for the Prep, Jaron McKee, of course, 1,000-point scorer. Now Jordan Ellerby looks to join that club.
Yeah, I mean, the Harrison family is it's just talent. It's all you can really explain it. Football, basketball, they're all there for that schedule. But hey, this would become the second 1,000-point scorer on this Prep team, Anthony. You realize Jaron McKee also got a 1,000-point or a setback three-pointer last year against Roman Catholic in the regular season.
Yeah, I mean, Jaron is a phenomenal player. I'd say he's the most talented player. Ellerby's having the best season, of course, the MVP of the PCL. But, yeah, it's going to be a fun atmosphere. The Prep wearing white matching with their crowd. Judge wearing black matching with their crowd. It's going to be a fun night. We see the Crusader in attendance. I don't know if we'll get the Prep Hawk in the building tonight. But I went down to that student section a few minutes ago. It is rowdy. They're excited.
They want it. They want it.
We see a lot of Illest Club merch, of course, that being the brand of Prep guard Gavin Pennington, one of this team's seniors, a very scrappy, feisty defender, you see him come in as a defensive substitution late in games. But, Dom, before we head out, I'll let you kind of finish us off here.
Yeah, no, we're going to continue real quick with St. Joe's Prep. I want to mention one more game. Since the Prep did lose to Archbishop Bryan last year, the one piece that they might have been missing is Mekhi Robertson, Anthony.
Absolutely.
The transfer from New Jersey. He's just making a highlight reel for himself to say the least. And although he wasn't the PCL MVP, which did go to Jordan Ellerby, the FGCU commit, I mean, Mekhi Robertson's making a huge impression as a sophomore already.
Absolutely. Mekhi, he's not a guy who can get a lot of points on the board, but he can bring those high-flying plays. Key to this Prep team.
Yeah, now let's turn to Father Judge real quick as time winds down real quick. Kavir Kennedy of Father Judge, the guard, it's just talent all around. Last time I played St. Joe's, he had a double-double, 23 points, 11 assists. And also, Everett Barnes, the center, also got 16 points and 10 turnovers. I'm wrong on that, but I guess the turnover could count as a double-double maybe. But, both seniors.
What I'll say is that for Kavir, he was close to a triple-double in the quarterfinals against Newman Goretti. This guy is a serious threat to this Prep defense. That 2-3 zone is going to have to stop him from driving downhill and getting points on the board.
Yeah, Anthony, as we're starting to wrap up as well, let's get into some predictions real quick. I know you want to get ready to go to the section. Now, I'm going to give it right to you. This is a freshman, of course. First time ever seeing the same thing for me. It's junior. What do you expect out of these two teams? Who do you think is going to come on top?
St. Joe's Prep is the best team in the state. Hawks 61-58, dogfight of a game. It's going to be fun. This is going to be one of the best nights that in our lifetimes of St. Joe's Prep basketball. Dom, have fun for the last few seconds of the pregame show, and go Hawks, folks.
Go Hawks, Anthony. Anthony's running down to get some clips of the side of the student section of St. Joe's Prep. But I will drop my prediction real quick. I'm taking St. Joe's by 10. This team wants to win it. Coach Harrigan wants to have his name engraved in this court. I said it in April. I said it before the Emotep game. Everyone probably remembers it. They're going to be here. The only person stopping them is themselves. And that's all they got to wait for. Beat themselves, and they're going to be ready to go to the PCL championship against Roman. But as we run out of time, thank you so much for listening. Stay tuned for the broadcast, of course. Father Judge taking on St. Joe's Prep. 1 seed taking on the 4 seed. All coming up in 5 minutes.
The road ends here, ladies and gentlemen, at the Palestra on the campus of the University of Pennsylvania. You're tuning into WSJP for your St. Joe's Prep Hawks taking on the Father Judge Crusaders, a near perfect 12-1 season in the Philadelphia Catholic League, an 18-5 overall record for the Hawks. And Ryan, this is their biggest game.
Definitely. I mean, there is definitely no doubt about it. You're looking right now at St. Joseph's Prep. I mean, they played absolutely incredible against Archbishop Wood, and you can't deny that. I'm looking at a guy like Jaron McKay at the current moment in time. Shot 61% from the field in that game. Jordan Ellerby, I mean, a double-double for him, 16 points, 11 assists. Took 18 shots, but still shot 44% from the field. You're looking at St. Joe's Prep right now. Hopefully for them, they have the hot hand coming into this game, because obviously last time was not so great against Father Judge. As a team, they didn't shoot the ball terribly, but defensively it was their biggest problem. They didn't do a great job stopping Father Judge inside of the paint.
Yeah.
It just was not a great performance from St. Joe's Prep, but hopefully for them, they're going to play a little bit more physical in this game. You saw in the first game with Roman Catholic and Devon Prep, the officials not calling as much as usual. So hopefully for St. Joe's Prep, if they play a bit more physical, then they will be able to get a little bit more calls to go in their favor.
Yeah, definitely, Ryan, as the Hawks slam it down and look to head to the line for the prayer and the national anthem. But just before that, I agree with everything you said. I mean, both teams very good. This could go either way. For both teams, I mean, win this game, you not only make it to the PCL championship, but you also make the state playoffs. If you lose, this is your last game of the 2024-2025 basketball season.
And that'd be such a shame. I mean, you see these seniors right now, and they're just so great. Jaron McKay.
For both teams. I mean, Kavar Kennedy.
Right.
Everett Barnes on Father Judge as well. Season could just end all here in 32 minutes. We'll step aside for the pregame pair, followed by the national anthem. Stay tuned. just about ready for tip-off here on the campus of the University of Pennsylvania at the historic Palestra. If you're just tuning in, it's Father Judge, St. Joe's Prep, number 1, number 4 seed in the Catholic League. If you missed it, Roman Catholic blew out Devon Prep in the first semifinal matchup. The 2 seed takes down the 3 seed by a pretty large margin.
Yeah, pretty large margin. I mean, you're looking at Roman Catholic right now, and they are definitely a very, very big threat going into Sunday. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Roman, they always find a way to get it done in the playoffs. But if you are a St. Joe's Prep fan or a Father Judge fan hoping you can win this game, you definitely have some hope for Sunday.
I agree. I mean, I don't want to say it's going to be an easy game in the championship, but for both of these teams, I mean, I think that whoever wins this game is going to go into the championship, and I think they will beat Roman Catholic.
Definitely. I mean, you could definitely make that argument. We'll have to see how both teams perform. Obviously, your answer might be subject to change.
Yep.
But, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how this game plays out.
Definitely. Last time these two teams played, it was Father Judge taking the Hawks down and ruining their perfect PCL regular season by a score of 72-64 on Super Bowl Sunday, getting the job done. Not only two of the best teams in the PCL, but two of the best teams in the state. Father Judge comes in number 1 in the state of Pennsylvania, according to Max Prep. St. Joe's Prep, number 4.
Yeah, I mean, both teams obviously
powerhouses.
Both teams are absolutely incredible. You're just looking for a great game here.
Yeah.
Obviously, the first game, not too much of a contest in the second half, but you're hoping for a better one here.
For Judge, it's been a little over 20 years since they've last been, almost nearing 30 since they've last been in the PCL title game. That was 1998 when they won that one. They took down Cardinal O'Hara. Last appearance in the Palestra was last year, actually, where they lost in the semifinal round to Roman Catholic. For the Hawks, it's been a little bit as well. 7 years since they've last been to the Palestra. That was 2018. They lose in the semifinals to Roman Catholic. Their last title appearance was 2013, and the last PCL championship was 2004. So both of these teams, 20-plus years without a PCL title.
Right, you took my thunder there after you were talking about Father Judge. I was going to mention how St. Joe's Prep hasn't had one since 2004. So both teams, they are very hungry. They're pretty close in years when it comes to the last PCL title. But the Prep, they don't really have much experience in the Palestra. Father Judge does. And Coach Harrigan, when I interviewed him after the win over Archbishop Wood, he didn't really think that was much of a problem. Yeah. We'll have to see if it is in this tip, which is just about to tip off right now.
Definitely, Ryan. And on that Father Judge squad, I mean, two of the starters this year were starters on that team last year, Kavere Kennedy and Derek Morton Rivera.
Kennedy with an incredible game last time against St. Joe's Prep. I mean, he was an absolute destroyer on the court.
Yeah.
He had 23 points and 11 assists, shot 61.5% from the field. I mean, we'll have to see if that can continue. But as I mentioned before, if you are the Prep, you're hoping to play a little bit more of aggressive defense.
Everett Barnes and Will Lesovitz to tip it off. Barnes wins it. It's Kavere Kennedy. Guarded by Ellerby, top of the key, high post into Barnes. Hands it back to Kennedy. Kennedy in the corner to Rivera. Chamberlain's out on him. Quick spling back to Kavere Kennedy. He looks to get downhill. He does. First layup won't go. Everett Barnes gets fouled on the putback.
Great offensive possession start there by Father Judge. I mentioned this before, how they played a little bit more of a transition style in the last time they played St. Joe's Prep. Looks like they're moving back to what they have done over the course of the season, those off-ball screens, half-court offense, and trying to get inside or possibly shoot an open three.
Like I mentioned, Everett Barnes at the line for the Crusaders, committed to Loyola Maryland University. A 3-star recruit. 61st center, in his class. 6'9", 210, big frame. He knocks down the first two. Ellerby and the Hawks, first offensive look here. Jordan looks to drive left. It's denied by Everett Barnes at the rim. Out of bounds, Father Judge.
If you're Jordan Ellerby, you want to try and drive inside, see what Everett Barnes is doing. If maybe he's going to play a little bit outside the paint. It's clear that he is not. He is going to be guarding the paint the entire game. Jordan Ellerby going for 1,000 points, only 3 away.
997, looking for those 3 points. Ellerby, quick kick to Lesovitz in the corner. No good from downtown.
Lesovitz last game, pretty impressive. I mean, he shot 4 for 7 from 3.
Kennedy in transition. He scores with the right. Quick 4-0 lead here for the Crusaders. Chamberlain off the high screen, looks to make some havoc in the lane, knocks down the pull-up jumper. Olin Chamberlain, first 2 points for the Hawks.
Prep, they're definitely going to need Olin Chamberlain here today. He's that mid-range shooter. Judge, they love to guard the three-point line and the paint.
Kennedy tries baseline, no one's home. Quick swing out to Westfield. Westfield hesitates and draws the foul. Mekhi Robertson, the culprit.
Pretty surprised Westfield didn't end up taking that 3. He
Yeah.
had it pretty open, though he only did shoot 1 for 3 in his three-point attempts last game. Maybe he doesn't feel he has the hot hand, something around there.
He is 45% from 3, though, on the year.
This is true.
Miscommunication, that one's going to fly off Nasir Tyler's foot, and it's a turnover for the Crusaders, St. Joe's Prep basketball.
The Prep, they are going to want to guard him closely. If you saw the last game, he was shooting shots like he was Steph Curry, making it from anywhere he wanted.
Ellerby with it. Swinging it to Robertson. McKee looks to set back up the offense. Calls for the high screen. That's set by Lesovitz. Step back 3 in the face of Derek Morton Rivera's back rim off the mark. Judge looking to extend the lead. Westfield from deep in the face of Mekhi Robertson.
Well, it's clear he does have the hot hand. You just can't really teach that at the end of the day if you are St. Joe's Prep when it comes to defense. It was just a great shot by Rocco Westfield.
Third team All-Catholic honors for the senior. Chamberlain pump fakes, gets Tyler to jump. Going to shoot the pull-up in the face of Everett Barnes. 2 for 2 from the floor. Olin Chamberlain, 4 points for him, 4 points for the Hawks.
That's what the Prep are going to need here today, those jumpers.
Westfield, same spot, same shot, back rim. Chamberlain hauls in the rebound. He's all over the floor. Dribble moves by Jaron McKee. Floater off the glass, no good. Barnes hauls it in.
Interesting shot attempt from Jaron McKee. You don't typically see him go one-on-one.
Westfield loses it, then regains possession. Kaveri Kennedy looks inside to Barnes, and he's going to be fouled by Lesovitz before the shot. Not a bad foul.
Everett Barnes has really been the only big man this season that has seemed to give the Prep problems. You've seen them face Sharif Jackson. They held him to 6 points. You saw them not play incredibly well against Reese Craft, but they were able to hold him to a pretty decent amount.
Yeah. Westfield with it off the inbound. Nasir Tyler wide open on the right wing. Can't let that happen. 3 ball for 3.
Can't let that happen. Can't leave him open. I think it was, is really the way to say it at the end of the day. Nasir Tyler was absolutely incredible in the last game against St. Joe's Prep. He was not missing. 3 for 6 from 3, and that's his first one there.
Nasir Tyler, only a sophomore.
Incredible.
Starting for this Father Judge team. Ellerby looks to get it going from beyond the arc. Can't find it.
It's not a hot start. A lot of contested jump shot attempts you're seeing the Prep take.
Kennedy downhill. Entry pass to Barnes is intercepted by Julian McKee. Robertson in transition. Looks to Eurostep. Tipped away by Kaveri Kennedy. Jordan Ellerby comes up with it and lays it in. 2 points, St. Joe's Prep.
That's what you need if you're St. Joe's Prep, those transition points. You've seen Father Judge. They don't seem to be running a lot of transition offense here today, so you want to try and get back on your own transition offense and make them pay.
The Florida Gulf Coast commit now 1 point away from 1,000. Kennedy in the lane. Quick kick out to Westfield. Westfield from deep. Got it. Rocco Westfield.
Even though you give up that 3, if you are St. Joe's Prep, it looked pretty good that you didn't let Kaveri Kennedy inside the paint. Westfield's not going to hit those every single time, but you can definitely try and stop Kennedy every single time.
Ellerby off the high screen. His three-pointer doesn't even connect with the rim. Looks to jump the gun there. That swings now to Kennedy. Kennedy looks back middle to Barnes. Barnes comes down with it and finishes strong in the lane.
Great move there by Everett Barnes. I mean, he got his shoulder down, controlled the ball, triple threat position, great layup.
And this is exactly what you didn't want to happen as Coach Harrigan calls timeout. In all of their road games, it seems so far this season, and I know it's kind of like a neutral site, but I'm talking not in the Kelly Fieldhouse. The Hawks they tend to start slow.
Yeah, they definitely do. You've seen against Archbishop Wood. You saw against Bonner Prendy. The Hawks, they really get into it when it comes to that clutch time, crunch time, which is obviously in the fourth quarter. Now, if you are a Prep fan, you're not hoping that the Prep gets going in the fourth quarter because that's not maybe the best formula in the Palestra. But, you know, anything's bound to happen.
I agree, Ryan, but if I'm Coach Harrigan in this timeout, I'm saying feed Jaron McKee. Season high in the PCL, 24 points last game against Archbishop Wood. He's had the hot hand recently. I mean, he's had multiple 20-point games in these last 5 PCL regular season games, and then that Archbishop Wood quarterfinal, his shot's just falling right now.
And I said it before the game. The Prep, they are going to need to shoot mid-range jumpers. They're going to get open looks from there.
Father Judge comes out in the 1-3-1. Jaron McKee steps into the 3 ball. No good. Robertson pulls it down. Kicks it out to Chamberlain. Chamberlain in the corner. McKee to McKee. Robertson looks for the step back. No good. He's going to reverse the court. Nice ball movement here by St. Joe's Prep. That one is blocked by Nasir Tyler. Julian McKee comes away with it, and there's going to be a foul on the floor. Great ball movement there by St. Joe's Prep, but even better defense by Father Judge.
Definitely. I mean, you saw the great ball movement. Obviously, you get the block there right at the end, but you get the foul. You're able to reset here. Obviously, a good offensive possession. You want to try and get that going.
Chamberlain gets to Ellerby on the inbound. He calls for the high screen on Kennedy. Pick and roll action. He hits Julian McKee out near the 3-point line. And now it's almost Ellerby in an ISO. He goes downstairs. Picked up by Kennedy.
Great defense by Father Judge.
Robertson looks to attack on Max Mashinsky and finishes strong with the right hand.
Judge, they don't typically give up many points in the paint, but they definitely did there. Great take by Makai Robertson. He's just an incredible finisher at the rim.
Tyler back to Kennedy. Kennedy now in the lane with it. Great ball movement here by Father Judge. They have this 2-3 zone figured out.
Very surprised.
Work the ball through the middle.
Very surprised Kennedy didn't want to take Julian McKee one-on-one there. You saw him do it a lot last game.
Tyler steps back and into a 3. That one can't fall. Rebounded by Jaron McKee, and it's going to be a foul on Mashinsky going St. Joe's Prep way.
I'm very surprised that Kavere Kennedy is not taking it inside. You saw him last time against St. Joe's Prep. He was Euro stepping inside the paint, and he was really dominating, you could say so. But if you are the Prep, I guess you're not complaining right now. Father Judge seems like they want to shoot threes, get that crowd going. So if you're St. Joe's Prep, you maybe got to think about defending the 3-point line a little bit more if Kavere Kennedy's not going to drive inside.
Julian McKee checks out. Hawks running a 6-man rotation. They've run this the whole playoffs, and really later in the season when push comes to shove, it's the starting 5, and then it's Julian McKee, and that's about all we see. Robertson on the pull-up jumper just beyond the free throw line. No good.
And there's that 1-3-1 zone, Gavin.
Yeah.
Something that we saw last time Father Judge played St. Joe's Prep, and the Prep, they really look confused when facing that 1-3-1 zone.
Yeah.
But if it looks like Coach Harrigan has informed the team that they just got to drive inside and shoot those mid-range jumpers, which I've repeatedly said throughout the broadcast is something that they're going to have to attempt.
Chamberlain with it on the far wing. Drives lane, spin moves, guarded tightly by Nasir Tyler. Puts up the jumper over the 6'3" guard, and it falls. Morton Rivera looking to waste no time, and that one's grabbed out of the air by Jordan Ellerby and saved by the man himself. Kavere Kennedy, the Merrimack commit, comes away with it, kicks it to Westfield. Westfield's layup no good. Havoc in the Palestra. Jaron McKee with the rebound. Quick advancement to Julian McKee, and the Hawks come away with the points.
I mean, I could barely keep up with that. What a bunch of steals, but if you are the Prep, great transition defense. Jordan Ellerby, what an effort there.
Derek Morton Rivera knocks down the 3, killing the momentum that St. Joe's Prep had.
Derek Morton Rivera, an incredible 3-point shooter.
Jordan Ellerby responds and hits the 2-chill.
Jordan Ellerby.
Welcome to the 1,000-point club.
Definitely. You love to see it, and that got the crowd going right there. Got to get a stop here if you are St. Joe's Prep. Hopefully that is one of many threes to come for St. Joe's Prep, because you've seen Father Judge shoot a lot of threes so far.
PCL MVP looking to get it going. Pass down inside to Kevin Beck. Beck's going to finish with authority. 2 points, Father Judge.
That's one you got to get there. No Everett Barnes down low. You got to get that offense.
Yeah.
You got to get that defensive rebound. Hopefully that is one of not too many that we see here today. He just got a little bit unlucky. Might have jumped a little bit too early there, but they'll figure it out. They'll be all right.
Father Judge in the 1-3-1. Hawks looking to overload a side. Kai Robertson on the backdoor cut. He has it beyond the three-point line. Looking to work the middle now. Olin Chamberlain with it in the high post. Quick kick out to Ellerby. Ellerby, why not? Bullseye! Jordan Ellerby from downtown. Kavara Kennedy spinning into a pull-up jumper at the buzzer. Wow! The Merrimack commit senior guard ends the first quarter with a little bit of style.
And the Prep, I mean, they ended really well themselves.
They did.
Obviously, Kavara Kennedy with an incredible jumper to end the quarter. There's a lot of pressure. There's 12,000 people looking at you shooting that jump shot right at the buzzer. But, you're looking at St. Joe's Prep at the current moment in time. They're doing absolutely incredible in the last few minutes. Jordan Ellerby, 2 threes. That has really given the Prep the momentum back. I thought that they were going to have to work the inside, but it looks like the three ball might be working with Jordan Ellerby. Might have to just get him a couple more shots. I thought you were going to have to shoot the mid-range jumper, but if Ellerby's hot from three, just keep feeding him the ball inside there.
Yeah, exactly, Ryan. And one thing I saw out of the Hawks that quarters, they moved the ball pretty well. And against Father Judge in that first game, it was a lot of dribbling, trying to go one-on-one and attacking a 1-3-1 zone. That's not how you beat. You got to beat a zone passing the basketball.
Right.
Dribbling, you're not going to get anywhere because they're packing the lane. They're all over you. They're trapping. Moving the ball movement's going to be key. They came out, especially late in that first quarter, started doing it, and good things happened. But for Father Judge, it's really just keep doing what you're doing. Attack the lane, draw the defense in, kick it out, work the middle on that 2-3 zone. You'll be in good shape if you're a Crusader.
Definitely, and now Everett Barnes going to be checking back in. I'm very interested to see what they decide to do.
Yeah, starters out there for Father Judge. It's Kavara Kennedy, Derek Morton Rivera, Nasir Tyler, Rocco Westfield, and Everett Barnes. And for the Hawks, it's Olin Chamberlain, Jaron McKee, Micaiah Robertson, Julian McKee, and your 2025 PCL MVP, Jordan Ellerby.
So let's see the zone they run here. It's going to be very interesting.
Is it zone or is it man?
It looks like they've gone to man.
Yeah, they've switched out of the 1-3-1 zone. They look to be in a man.
You see Everett Barnes kind of lurking inside.
Yeah,
though.
it's a lot of help on that one. Nice pick and roll action there. Julian McKee, Jordan Ellerby with the find.
What have I repeatedly said? Floaters, little mid-range jumpers, that sort of stuff. It's going to help you today, and obviously Coach Harrigan realizes that himself.
Hawks scrambling around, trying to find their guy. Kavara Kennedy drives right, draws the foul. 2 shots for him.
And that is what we've expected to see from Kavara Kennedy.
Yeah.
Didn't really do any moves driving inside. You typically see a Euro step, something around there, but he just drives inside, draws the foul on Julian McKee. Couldn't get a clear shot from here, but it looked like he might have got him in the face a little bit.
Kennedy top 10 in the PCL for points per game, assists per game, rebounds per game, and steals per game. Just an all-around player.
Definitely. He's definitely not afraid to create contact inside. That's something that is so great about
Yeah.
him.
Likes to go north and south, too.
Right.
Attacks the rim.
Can do everything for his team.
2 for 2 from the free throw line. Also coming off a near triple-double against Newman Goretti. 19 points, 12 assists, and 9 rebounds in that quarterfinal matchup for the senior. Chamberlain from deep. College range does not matter. Olin Chamberlain, sniper. Nasir Tyler looking for the response. He won't get it. Kennedy comes flying in for the rebound. It's going to be a travel.
And if you are St. Joe's Prep, you got a bit lucky there.
You
Kavara
did.
Kennedy, you caught your ball watching. You're watching the ball. You're just waiting for it to come down. But you get a bit lucky there. Kavara Kennedy, it looked like he got a little bit ahead of himself. And now you get a chance to take that lead and really get that crowd going.
Chamberlain with it now for the Hawks. Ellerby off the off-ball screen, set by Lesovitz, can't knock down the midi.
Like the shot attempt, just very good defense by Kavara Kennedy.
Morton Rivera in transition on the left side, can't finish. Julian McKee hauls it in.
Got to go here if you're St. Joe's Prep.
Definitely. Olin Chamberlain pulls it from deep. A little bit of a heat check there for the second-team All-Catholic guard. Can't get it to fall. Rocco Westfield from beyond the arc. It's been back and forth threes here, Ryan. Kavar Kennedy, though, comes away with the rebound and finishes on the left side.
Julian McKee had it right in his hands, but perfect timing by Kavar Kennedy to knock it out of his hands. And the Prep, they didn't really seem like they wanted to foul there, so they just kind of counted their losses on that one.
Robertson off that off-ball screen up top, set by Lesvitz, goes downhill, can't finish the bunny.
Once again, good shot attempt by the Prep. You just can't get it to fall.
Nazir Tyler hesitates in the lane and finishes crafty on the left side.
Father Judge getting the luck here. You've got a couple of St. Joe's Prep shots that just can't seem to fall. You got the roll there. Everything seems to be going Father Judge's way in the past few minutes.
That Mekhi Robertson shot's definitely one that you're going to want to have back.
Definitely. That was a great shot attempt. Just can't get it to fall. Great jump stop as well on that play.
Against this man-to-man, Hawks look to be setting double off-ball screens, trying to get a guy curling middle, and then hit him for either a downhill pull-up or more efficient attacking the rim. Ellerby misses from beyond the arc. Rocco Westfield looks for the Crusaders and got it. The senior guard from downtown.
Well, they've been taking a lot of threes, and you see that from Father Judge, and you normally see Derek Morton Rivera shoot threes, but as we saw from the last game, he didn't really get going until the second half, so you might need a little bit of defending Rocco Westfield.
Julian McKee can't get the three-pointer to go, hauled in by Everett Barnes.
Good shot attempt by Julian McKee. Normally
just when the Hawks looked hot, Ryan,
right,
they got cold.
Right.
Kavar Kennedy attacks, and Everett Barnes with the putback for the Crusaders. 10-point lead. Father Judge.
I would call timeout. Yeah, good idea by Coach Harrigan. Call
got
timeout.
to.
The guy seemed a little frustrated. Julian was slamming the basketball. Didn't like that he gave up that defensive rebound. And once again, St. Joe's Prep, they've had good shot attempts. They're just not seeming to fall. It's not like they're playing bad offensively. They're down 10 right now, which is obviously not a good look, but you still got a lot of time here in this first half. But if you're St. Joe's Prep, keep doing what you're doing, honestly. I mean, you've gotten good looks when it comes to jump shots and three-point shots, but defensively, rebounds have been another thing that have been tough to come by. They have struggled against Everett Barnes, dealing with the physicality of him. You're going to have to get a little bit more physical. Might have to give up a few fouls if you are Julian McKee, Will Lesovitz, which might force Coach Harrigan to go a little deeper into that bench, something we haven't seen. So you're going to have to get a bit gutsy if you are the Prep.
Yeah, definitely, Ryan. I mean, just like that last play alone, Julian McKee comes in to help on Kavar Kennedy. Jordan Ellerby doesn't come around to box out Everett Barnes or even put a body on him, and he's a wide-open putback layup.
Right. I mean, it looked like Jordan was going out of bounds there.
Yeah.
Which is something that, I mean, obviously the momentum's carrying him that way. There's not really much you can do there. And it just goes back to my point that the Prep, they're not playing bad, obviously.
It has been a couple times, though, on those boards where we have seen them watching.
Yeah, they have.
Instead of finding bodies.
Definitely. They have watched it a couple times. But you've seen Kavar. You got to give credit where credit is due. The Father Judge, they were running in.
Yeah, they are. They're crashing the boards.
It seems like they're jumping over Olin Chamberlain to go get rebounds. So they're really putting in the effort to get those rebounds, to get those extra chances. And if you're St. Joe's Prep, you just need to just be a little bit more physical and put in a little bit more effort on those rebounds.
Yeah, I mean, Kavar Kennedy, in my opinion, and I think in a lot of other people's, one of the best, if not the best, rebounding guard in the PCL.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
Attacks the glass relentlessly, averaging 6.5 rebounds on the season.
And it's effort. It's just effort.
It is.
We've seen it here today.
Lesovitz in the corner, attacks on Everett Barnes, tries to scoop and score with the right. He can't get it to go. Father Judge with it now in transition. Rocco Westfield, another triple. This time from the college line. Knockdown.
Yeah, he's hot right now, and it's not. And if you are the Prep, you just couldn't get back on defense to stop him. He is hot right now, and you got to figure out a way to answer.
As this game progresses, the Crusaders are playing more and more in transition. They like to play fast when they can. St. Joe's Prep kind of letting them do that right now.
If I'm the Prep, I'm trying to get a switch. Mekhi Robertson onto Everett Barnes. He's playing a little bit more outside the paint.
Westfield attacking, tries to dish it off to Barnes, tipped around. Olin Chamberlain comes away with it.
Got to keep going here if you're the Prep.
Chamberlain to Ellerby, reversing with the right and can't get it to fall.
good transition. Just once again can't get it to fall there, but good defense by Barnes.
Morton Rivera to Nazir Tyler in the corner. Westfield comes down with the rebound over Makai Robertson. Another second chance here for Father Judge. Robertson, though, with the steal on Everett Barnes, and now it's a one-on-one situation. He goes up, ball's tipped away by Rocco Westfield. Great defensive play there by the junior.
Rocco Westfield seems like the MVP so far of Father Judge. Something that you really wouldn't expect. Obviously, you have Kennedy, Derek Morton Rivera, Nazir Tyler, but great defensive play there to block Makai Robertson. You don't typically see anybody beating Makai Robertson one-on-one.
Chamberlain running out of time with it there on the baseline. Frantically gets it in. Makai Robertson tries from deep. No good. Gets his own rebound. Quick kick out to Chamberlain. And he's going to reset the offense. 3 minutes left in this second quarter.
Got to get a couple of screens here going, and that's what you see here to Lesovitz.
Lesovitz attacks on the left. Draws the foul. Can't finish for the and one. 2 shots.
If you are the Prep, this is where you got to calm down. You got to catch your breath here. Obviously, Father Judge, they've been great in transition. You just got to calm down, make these free throws, and really just lock in defensively. It's the effort. It is the effort,
100%.
effort for rebounding-wise. You see Rocco Westfield, he just got a better position on Makai Robertson on that last possession.
Then he will save the ball, too.
Right, exactly. I mean, Rocco Westfield, they're getting the right positioning, and the Prep, they just got to realize, got to know where these misses are going to go. It seems like Father Judge, they have a good, I guess you could say, knowledge of where the misses are going to go for their own team.
And I feel like this has been, obviously Father Judge is outplaying St. Joe's Prep right now, but it's more or less the out-hustle. It's a close game, but Father Judge is just out-hustling St. Joe's Prep right now. And to get back in this one, Hawks need to show a little bit more heart.
Definitely.
You're in the Palestra for a reason, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and you're seeing a bunch of effort here by Jordan Ellerby down low.
Definitely. Ellerby on Everett Barnes. Barnes finds a way to finish through the traffic, but a nice defensive effort there by the Florida Gulf Coast Eagle.
And sometimes, we've talked a lot about effort, but sometimes effort's just not enough. Sometimes it's about power, and that is definitely what Everett Barnes has.
High screen set by Lesovitz. Ellerby looks to attack on Kennedy. Right's not open. Quick kick out to Lesovitz in the corner. Can't get the three-point to fall.
Not a hot start for Will Lesovitz. You got to rely on him for three-point shots, but we haven't seen it.
Quick hesitation by Kavere Kennedy. Leaves Makai Robertson dead in his tracks.
And there's that drive into the paint for Kavere Kennedy. Haven't seen much of it, but when he does it, it's effective.
Chamberlain in, finds a cutting Will Lesovitz. Lesovitz tries to go up strong on the baseline. Can't get the foul or the layup to go.
It is a rough start for
Derek
Will.
Morton Rivera from the corner. Can't leave him open. Can't even give him any room to breathe. The snipe shooting junior for 3.
And you're the Prep, it's just not getting back in transition. Obviously, you didn't have much of a chance there. Lesovitz was kind of caught up with Everett Barnes, but you got to find a way to get back in transition.
Ellerby misses the left-hand layup, gets the putback, though, with the right. Finally draws the momentum to hopefully a standstill.
You need something here if you're the Prep, and here comes the double teams.
Hawks send a double team. Father Judge breaks it pretty easily. Ball finds its way back to Kennedy. Kennedy once again downhill, denied by Makai Robertson. Morton Rivera gets the ball off the block and draws the foul on the jumper. 2 shots for him to come. Derek Morton Rivera, another one of these guys on this team with a lot of Division I interest. Bryant, Albany, Temple, LaSalle, and Fordham all have him offered. And he's really one of those players that has improved drastically since his sophomore year. Last year he was more known for his sharp shooting ability, and he still is. But over this offseason, worked with his father, DJ, who played Division I basketball at St. Joe's and Binghamton. Worked with his father on his slashing ability to create shots for himself off the dribble, use his body to make some stuff happen inside the arc. And he's really turned into a well-rounded player.
He definitely is a well-rounded player, but that shooting is still
It is.
a killer.
It is. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't seem like he misses. When you look at his highlight film and you're watching him shoot three-point shots, he never misses.
And he's been a 3-year starter for this Father Judge team, 2-time first-team All-Catholic. Very solid player in Derek Morton Rivera. Another out-hustle moment here at the Palestra. Rocco Westfield scrambles for the ball and is able to throw it off of Jordan Ellerby a little bit. Father Judge gets it off the free throw attempts.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Rocco Westfield had for breakfast this morning, but he is bringing the energy to the Palestra. And if you're Father Judge, you love to see it. You get that Energizer Bunny, and he is obviously producing as well.
Kennedy looking into the eyes of Chamberlain. Westfield now with it. Father Judge is looking to waste time. No rush. Up 16. 45 seconds left to go. Kennedy and the Crusaders just toying with it. Out beyond the three-point line.
This is going to be a bit grueling here if you are.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to watch. I mean, 30 seconds.
The fans of everyone.
The Hawks send the trap. Kennedy splits it and gets it out to Barnes. Barnes quick kick to Westfield. Westfield pump fakes, gets Jeremy Key to jump and knocks down the triple. Rocco Westfield having a night at the University of Pennsylvania.
12 first half points, 4 for 6 from 3. Great pump fake there from Westfield, and you just can't defend it if you're the Prep right now. It's at 3. It's just falling no matter what.
Robertson looks to drive baseline, sees the clock's running out of time. They're going to get him with a travel. And that's going to do it here for the first half of action in this PCL semifinal. Your score 46-27 in favor of Father Judge. Wow.
And it is not what you want to see if you are the Preps student section. I think that they are borderline shocked, if you should say.
Yeah.
I don't think we expected this here on press row here at the Palestra. I don't think anybody expected this. You expected a lot more of a close contest. But if you are St. Joe's Prep, that's why you play the second half. That's got to be the message if you are Coach Harrigan. You got to come out. You got to put a little bit more effort into your rebounding.
Yep.
You got to not fall for those pump fakes that Rocco Westfield's going for.
Yeah.
And then you got to get a little – hopefully the luck is going to fall your way and those bounces and those rolls for St. Joe's Prep. But you got to play the second half. And we'll see what Hawk Talk at the half has to say.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for Hawk Talk at the half with Dom Schalk and A.J. Farrington. 46-27 is your score, once again, in favor of the Father Judge Crusaders. Just about a minute out from Hawk Talk at the half. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned, and we'll be back for some second half action.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hawk Talk at the Half. I am your host, Dominic Schalk, and I am joined by our analyst, AJ Farrington. We've been on stats for the first half, and we have plenty of observations. AJ, why don't you break down what you've been seeing for us?
All right, so we've seen a couple different defensive looks from the Prep, mainly consistent from Father Judge. I think the biggest difference for me, Dom, is just Father Judge really getting the shots that they want, and then furthermore converting on said shots. I mean, specifically, Rocco Westfield's been all over the place. What is it, 6 open threes I think he's had
4
so
for 6
far.
from beyond the arc.
4 for 6 from beyond the arc, but 6 open threes is the number that I am more concerned about, personally.
Yeah, I mean,
they're getting the looks
not
that they
getting a hand
want.
in the face.
Yeah, they're getting clean looks very often. You know, they're really kind of having their will there on the offensive side of the ball. St. Joe's Prep, not an atrocious display by any means on the offensive side of the ball, but if this game does indeed become a shootout, you can't be down by this margin already.
Yeah, I just think the Hawks have not come out strong this game. I mean, I think there have been a couple of ticky-tack calls, but that doesn't consist a 19-point lead. I just think that shooting issues for the Hawks have been coming into play. Kind of the absence of Jaron McKee on the court, only one shot so far this game. I think they need to come out firing and get all of the stars involved.
Yeah, Tom, I agree. I want to talk about that first point. You mentioned the officials. I mean, look, I always say you play the game with the official, without the official. It doesn't matter, you know what I mean? Like, you just play the game of basketball, and the officials will do what the officials do. There's been a few calls that I personally haven't liked, but at the end of the day, it's a basketball game. And
it's up to the Hawks to win it, not
whatever
the referees.
happens. A second point, Hawks are down, but it's, you know, basketball games aren't over at halftime. Plenty of time. This offense can surge, as we've seen on numerous occasions. We've seen multiple Hawks late comebacks. If Bonner, for example, they definitely have it in them. It's, to get that comeback, can you have consistent stops on defense? Not even necessarily turnovers. You just want to force a bad shot. You want to get Father Judge uncomfortable, and you want them to take shots that they don't love, because right now they're getting everything they want. And then the offensive side of the ball, can you take smart shots? Can you convert? Because you're not going to stop Father Judge every single time. But if you can stop him a good amount of time and keep coming back, there's plenty of basketball. There's 16 minutes left of live basketball to play, and it's a 19-point deficit. So we're thinking, you know, about a point a minute plus in St. Joe's Prep favor. Very doable, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think basketball's a game of runs, and just one big run brings this game within single digits, entirely winnable for the Hawks. I mean, I say the goal, you're down 19 right now. You want that deficit to be at 10-8 heading into the fourth, and that's entirely make-upable. I just think that the Hawks need to get firing from beyond the arc and actually convert their shots. I think Jaron McKee especially needs to get more involved on the offensive end. And please stop giving Rocco Westfield wide-open three-pointers. It just cannot happen.
Yeah, there's that. Everett Barnes having some space inside. Will Lesovitz and Julian not being able to play with the certain kind of contact that we've seen this year on the inside. I mean, we saw, specifically, I want to highlight the Roman game. Sharif Jackson really getting hounded inside. Officials really letting them play in there, but this game, specifically, we haven't seen that sort of cushion, so that's going to be something that you're going to have to change. But we talked about the three-pointers. If you're going to sell out on the paint, something's got to give. You got to hope for a couple missed shots, and I think you just got to. Yeah. There's a lot, really. I mean, this isn't a one answer solves all problems kind of thing, you know. I think that zone, though.
I think the zone's working better than the man.
I think the zone may be better overall, but I think we'll have to see.
Yeah. Just one thing I wanted to touch on before we hand it back to Gavin and Ryan is just, I think what's really making a difference when you brought up that Roman game, I think that Sharif and Everett Barnes are just different kinds of tall. I mean, Jackson's obviously like 6'7", 6'8", has the weight on him. He's at least lower to the ground to contain. Like, you can reach his shot release, but with Everett Barnes, it's just like veritable 7-footer on the court. It doesn't really matter his weight. He's not necessarily throwing it around. He's just reaching over you, and there's less you can do about that.
Yeah, there's his defensive presence as well, not to be understated. You can try to pull him out of the lane as much as you want, but if you see that he's being sucked out, especially if you're playing a man-to-man set, you may just have him sit there on his own. It's something that we actually saw Archbishop Ryan do in the PCL final last year with Thomas Sorba.
I'm going to have to agree with you there, but I do have to cut you off. We'll send it back to Gavin Heinerichs and Ryan Sullivan for the second half. Thank you for tuning in to Hawk Talk at the half.
"16 more minutes until we see who meets Roman Catholic in the Philadelphia Catholic League Championship and who goes home and packs it up for the season."
Yeah, you hit it right on the nose there. There's not really much more to say. If you are a St. Joe's Prep fan and you're thinking about tuning out of the broadcast, I would advise not to. Not only for the reason that, we're great commentators, but for the fact that, it's not all that the Prep is playing that bad. There just haven't been some things that are going their way. Father Judge are getting lucky on, some bounces. The Prep, maybe they jumped a little too early on a rebound. So these are things that they can definitely fix up. Is it a very, very big deficit? Yes, but that's why we play the second half, as I mentioned before Hawk Talk at the half. And
it's a game of runs.
Yeah, you gotta get going here, and anything can change at the Palestra.
Game of runs. You got to start chipping away slowly, though. Kennedy starting the second half here at the Palestra. Westfield to Morton Rivera. Rivera attacks middle and is going to be fouled by Jaron McKee. It seems like Father Judge just has a step on St. Joe's Prep every single time they look to attack the basket.
And they're just so great at that. You saw in the last game that the Father Judge played against the Prep. They were great driving inside, and it just seems like they're great off that first step. And
yeah.
I don't know. You just got to get a little quicker if you're the
nice
Prep.
Entry pass from Nazir Tyler into Everett Barnes. He can't finish around the rim.
Great double team by the Prep. You're going to need to see a lot more of that.
Hawks with it now. It's Jaron McKee off the high screen, pressured by Kaveri Kennedy. Gets it away to Ellerby. Ellerby calls for the screen, looking for the switch on Everett Barnes. Won't get it. Kicks out to Lesovitz. Lesovitz for three. No good.
And Will Lesovitz just not a
slow
great
night
game
so far for Lesovitz. Kennedy hustles for the rebound and draws the foul on the putback off the Morton Rivera missed triple.
And that's just one of those rebounds that you just got to go and get. Kaveri Kennedy doing a great job just getting inside the paint, going for that offensive rebound.
Yeah.
And he's able to get himself to the line. And if you are the Prep right now, you are 1 for 7 from 3. You really got to get that going here down at 19 points, possibly 21 at the end of these free throw attempts. If you're Will Lesovitz, you just got to take a deep breath, and you really got to get those 3 points going because he's really their sharp shooter outside of Jaron McKee. But, Jaron's obviously a little more diverse in his game, but Will does a great job. He normally typically shoots those threes. He's had a couple of drives inside of the paint. That hasn't gone too well for him, but hopefully he's going to start knocking down those threes because the Prep definitely need it.
And we mentioned it before the game started, Ryan, off the air. Me and you talked about it, of how much of a factor Will Lesovitz's performance from beyond the arc was in that first game to keep it close for St. Joe's Prep against Judge.
Right, 4 for 7 from 3 in the last game. Obviously 0 for 3 here, and the Prep are definitely feeling the effects.
Robertson looks to get his night going, dribbles into a pull-up jumper, can't get it to fall.
Once again, not a bad shot attempt, it just not falling for the Prep. Great move off the dribble.
Kennedy slows it down. Morton Rivera with it. He's going to hand it off to Westfield. Westfield almost loses his dribble. Regains possession. And Kennedy's going to take his sweet old time in setting up this offense.
Just got to set it up here if you're Father Judge. You have a big lead at the current moment in time. You
just keep the ball moving.
Play your game. Don't play the Prep's game.
Morton Rivera attacks on the left side, can't finish.
Great defense.
Robertson with the rebound.
Great defense there by Will Lesovitz and a good effort there by Makai Robertson.
Makai Robertson jumps and leaves his feet before making a decision, resulting in a turnover. And Morton Rivera gets fouled in transition by Olin Chamberlain.
Yeah, and that's
It's a bad decision.
That's a bad one. That one that could have helped you there if you are St. Joe's Prep, but at the end of the day, just got to chalk it up and really lock it in now.
Those are just like the dumb mistakes that can happen. Like, you got to know where you're going with the basketball before leaving your feet.
Right.
Westfield on the wing, finds a cutting Nazir Tyler, gets Jordan Ellerby jumping on the pump fake and finishes wide open on the right.
That's a great off-ball screen, great cut by Tyler, and just a great pump fake.
Jordan Ellerby making Kaveri Kennedy hesitate a little bit, can't get the floater to go. Morton Rivera pinned at the rim, but still gets the roll on the left side. Makai Robertson almost came away with the chase down block.
That transition defense. Or transition offense, for Father Judge has been great here today.
Olin Chamberlain can't connect, but Will Lesovitz gets the putback and one for the Hawks. A little bit of life.
That is what you needed if you are St. Joe's Prep. Give credit to Will Lesovitz. I believe that is the Prep's first offensive rebound of the game. They have been not so great there, but Will Lesovitz noticing where the ball is going to go, gets in position, box out, jumps at the right time, just everything fundamentally correct from Will Lesovitz there.
Junior forward completes the three-point play from the line. And now once again it's Kaveri Kennedy. Kennedy goes right at Will Lesovitz. They're definitely going to get a foul there.
Yeah.
Jordan, I think it's going to be on Ellerby. It will be. He came down pretty hard from behind Kaveri Kennedy.
Foul call on Jordan Ellerby right there, and he went up. There's probably just a little bit too much of body contact created, which is what the officials were looking at there.
I also feel like he swiped down a little bit too hard. He probably got him on the shoulder or on the head because he's coming from behind.
Right, he might have got a little too far down.
Yeah.
But not really one that you can hang your head over. You just got to focus on the next one, honestly, because you went straight up. You did everything fundamentally correct. It's just the officials decided to call a foul there.
Kennedy's first free throw won't go. Makai Robertson checks out. Julian McKee in for St. Joe's Prep. 5:11 left in this third quarter. A little over 13 minutes in the contest. Second one, no good. Everett Barnes fighting for the rebound. And they're going to get Will Lesovitz with a foul. It's going to stay Father Judge basketball.
Will Lesovitz, he has had a frustrating day. Obviously, he's missed a couple of threes, 0 for 3 on his three-point attempts. Just not a great day for Will Lesovitz. But he's just trying to get back in. But you got to keep your cool here if you are St. Joe's Prep. Coach Harrigan obviously not agreeing with the call either.
And with that foul, the Crusaders are already in the bonus with 5 minutes left to play in the quarter.
Yeah, not looking good for St. Joe's Prep. But you just got to start making some threes offensively. You got to get open looks, and hopefully the roll is going to start going your way.
Lesovitz takes a seat for the Hawks. Robertson back in. And if you're Father Judge, if you're the Prep, you got to start making threes. You got to start making your shots. If you're Father Judge, you got to start making your free throws.
That's probably
0 for 3, now 0 for 4.
I'm sure.
The past 2 trips to the line.
I'm sure at the current moment in time they're not too concerned about that.
Yeah.
But, obviously something that you want to get going.
High screen set by Julian McKee for Jaron. Dribble handoff now to Ellerby. Ellerby with it. Looks to go ISO on Kaveri Kennedy, attacking downhill, going east to west and drawing the foul.
Nothing wrong there with drawing a foul if you are Jordan Ellerby. If you are the Prep, you're trying to get any life. Getting that opportunity, take a breather and try and get something going offensively, hopefully a 3 or maybe an and-1 sort of play.
Olin Chamberlain's inbound pass is intercepted by the Crusaders. Kaveri Kennedy now with it in transition, goes up strong and draws the foul on Jordan Ellerby for the and-1.
Yeah, it's that transition offense from Father Judge. They've done an incredible job throughout this game, getting back in transition, and Kaveri Kennedy has definitely been the leader of that. And is able to draw an and-1 opportunity here. It's
not something that can happen. Once again, this is not the St. Joe's Prep team that we've seen for the past 14 PCL games. As Father Judge takes a 23-point lead after that 3-point play. Jaron hits Ellerby, who curling off the ball off the ball screen. Ball makes its way down to Julian McKee. Can't finish on the right side. Kennedy with it now for Father Judge.
Just another unlucky bounce for St. Joe's Prep and Julian McKee.
Entrance pass is intercepted by Julian McKee. And Julian's going to get it to Jaron. Now Jaron looking to play fast. Goes right at Everett Barnes and Derek Moore Rivera. Can't finish. Julian tries the follow-up. Also no good.
I mean,
Judge has the numbers. Quick kick to Rocco Westfield from the corner. Cash me out. Unconscious from beyond the arc. Rocco Westfield once again.
You know what I'm going to say, Gavin? Transition offense for Father Judge. They've done an incredible job here today. They've moved the ball, and it's really cost the Prep.
Olin Chamberlain responds for St. Joe's Prep with a 3 of his own. Cuts the momentum a little bit. But not much, Ryan.
Yeah, a little bit of a lead cut there, and you're hoping to cut the lead a little bit more.
Westfield off the off-ball screen set by Morton Rivera. Hands it off to Kavera Kennedy, and Chris Rowntree, being the good coach that he is, taking his time now on the offensive side of things.
And really, if your Father Judge, time's the enemy.
Wide open three-pointer for Derek Morton Rivera. Bottoms.
And if you have a double team, then somebody's going to be open. That's just math. And Derek Morton Rivera, a sharp shooter from 3.
Julian McKee responds with a three-pointer of his own from the far corner. Nice pass there by Jordan Ellerby. Timeout, St. Joe's Prep. 2:59 left here to go in this third quarter. It's a 23-point lead in favor of the Crusaders.
And right now,
it pains me to talk about it. I mean, we watch this Prep team be so good all season long.
Yeah, it's a shame that you've seen it for the majority part of this game. You haven't seen the greatest part of what St. Joe's Prep has been able to produce on the court. You've seen just some unlucky bounces. You've seen some untimed jumps when it comes to rebounding. And then, it's not all that I'm not trying to say the Father Judge has, just won this game based off luck. They've also done an incredible job shooting the 3 ball.
Yeah, they have.
Rocco Westfield, definitely the MVP of this game. I don't remember you calling a time that he's missed a 3-point shot. He's just been absolutely incredible. And he's 5 for 7 from 3. I mean, that's obviously going to hurt you if you are St. Joe's Prep.
Father Judge with it. St. Joe's Prep looks to bring a bit of full court press. Crusaders break it easily. Kevin Beck tries from deep. Why not? Everyone gets a 3-point triple today.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. It seems like everybody's just eating for Father Judge when it comes to 3-point range, and they're just on their A game.
Ellerby Euro steps for the layup. And they just seem to not be able to miss from 3.
Yeah, I mean, they have been absolutely incredible throughout this entire game. They're 10 for 15 on 3s.
Spin moving, fading away over Jaron McKee. Great defense, but just better offense there by Derek Morton Rivera. Robertson creates space on the step back and hits his first bucket of the night over Max Moshinsky.
Great shot by Makai Robertson, but I want to go back to that Derek Morton Rivera jumper. I mean, McKee was literally in his face, and he still found a way to hit that shot. There's just things that you can't really do if you're Jaron McKee on that play.
Morton Rivera's 3-point try from the top of the arc. Rims out. Hawks with it now. Hands it off to Chamberlain. That's Ellerby, and Olin Chamberlain connects from downtown for the triple.
A little bit of life if you're St. Joe's Prep. Olin Chamberlain, I would argue that he's their MVP. He's barely missed as well. I mean, he is 7 for 8 when it comes to shooting. Maybe get him a couple more shots here and see what you can do.
Yeah. Julian McKee causing havoc on the defensive side of things, turning offense into defense on the left side, finishing with the right.
Finally gets the Prep crowd a little back on their feet. A 5-0 run here for St. Joe's Prep, and that's what you want to see. But great transition.
And it all starts on the defensive side of things.
Definitely, and great transition offense there by Julian.
Rocco Westfield goes right at Julian McKee. Can't finish on the right side through contact.
You have numbers here.
Minute to go. Jordan Ellerby from the top of the key. Can't find the bottom of the bucket.
That's a real shame.
Rocco Westfield cherry picks for Father Judge and finishes a wide open right-handed layup. Timeout on the floor.
That is a real shame
Yeah.
for St. Joe's Prep. You had the numbers on the end. Rocco Westfield obviously staying on the Prep side of the court, and he was just wide open. The Prep, they would definitely had no chance to get back there on defense.
And I don't hate that Jordan Ellerby shot when we look back at that play, but maybe an extra pass or two when you find a more open guy. I know it's desperation time. I mean, I know it's nearing desperation time, but I mean, you score there, any points are points, and Rocco Westfield doesn't get that wide open layup.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, Gavin. I kind of agree with that shot. I mean, you're down by how many points you need. You need something to get this Prep crowd going, to get yourselves going, to be honest with you. And, you know, he was open from three. Normally, Jordan Ellerby is able to hit those open, top-of-the-key threes, but just something that today the Prep have not been able to knock down. They're 2 for 8 from three today. That's 25%, and it's not going to win you too many basketball games.
Yeah, then you look at the stat sheet. What's Father Judge from beyond the arc?
They have been they're 66%.
Yeah, that's insane. Almost 70% from three tonight are the Crusaders.
Might have been a foul there by Majinski on the box out with Will Lesovitz.
Kevin Beck tries from beyond the arc, can't get it to go. Ball tipped out into the hands of Kaveri Kennedy. 37 seconds left, and Father Judge is going to hold the ball.
Just the effort there again by Father Judge.
Hustle.
Realizing that you had numbers on the outside. The Prep's crashing the boards. You knock it out. Somebody's going to be there to get the offensive rebound.
Hawks double off the screen. Ball kicked to Mashinsky. Mashinsky finds a cutting Kaveri Kennedy. Kaveri Kennedy goes up and lays it in with the left.
No one really guarding the paint. Great cut there by Kaveri Kennedy. Had the momentum going into the paint. And if you're the Prep, not really much you can do there.
Father Judge has done a nice job moving without the basketball. Jaron McKee's mid-range floater is no good. Morton Rivera's three-point attempt at the buzzer is denied by Julian McKee. And through three, your score 68, Father Judge. St. Joe's Prep, 45. Eight more minutes left, Ryan, and I wish I was a little bit more excited.
Yeah, if you're a St. Joe's Prep fan, you know, this is it's not looking good thus far. You have 8 minutes remaining, and hopefully you see a little bit of life come out of this Prep team. Obviously, you know, no matter who you are a fan of, you got to give credit to Father Judge. I mean, they have just played absolutely incredible. They came into this game realizing that, you know, they have a real chance to win the PCL, and, you know, they were the only team in the PCL to beat the Prep in the regular season, so they had that confidence coming into today's game, and their three-point shooting has been absolutely incredible. You know, they've missed the past couple of threes, but, you know, when the times really, I guess you could say, were competitive, they were just absolutely draining their shots, and it's good to see if you are Father Judge, but obviously as a St. Joe's Prepper, as I like to call it, you're not too happy about this past 3 quarters.
Not much to be happy about if you're a St. Joe's Prep fan. Ellerby gets started, pass to Chamberlain. Chamberlain pull-up jumper over Kevin Beck. That one won't go. Good night overall, though, for Olin Chamberlain. Shooting well from beyond the arc, from the mid-range, making the right decisions.
Yeah, that's just one of his 2 misses, and he's 4 for 4 on threes, so, you know, Olin Chamberlain definitely nobody to blame, and you really can't blame anybody if you are St. Joe's Prep.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's played
You don't want to
decently
point fingers.
well. Yeah, everybody's played decently well. Father Judge is just
doing better.
played a lot better. They
as
just
we
shot
see it
the ball
right
better.
there. Kaveri Kennedy driving on Jaron McKee. McKee with a response of his own lays the wide open layup inside the lane. Still a 23-point lead in favor of the Crusaders. Mashinsky dishes it out to Kennedy. Kennedy from deep. Can't get it to go. Nazir Tyler and Micaiah Robertson fighting for it under the basket. Hawks come away victorious with it.
There's the effort that we've been hoping for.
Cutting Julian McKee, can't finish the layup on the left-hand side.
Jules, he got a little bit under the rim there.
Yeah.
It was a very tough shot.
Nice job by Jules getting his hands in the passing lanes and tipping that one out of bounds, preventing a wide-open Max Mashinsky layup.
You make up for it there if you are Julian McKee. Obviously, you know, this is not really going the way that you've wanted it to thus far, but, you know, great to see them put in the effort late in this contest.
Morton Rivera finds Kevin Beck wide open in the middle of the paint. His mid-range jumper won't find the bottom. Olin Chamberlain, why not another triple? Not a lot of life left in that student section, but whatever life was, Olin Chamberlain's trying to drag the Hawks back into it.
5 for 5, Olin Chamberlain is on three-point attempts, and he has been the MVP so far. I mean, he has just played absolutely incredible today, and if it's a way to go out, what a way to go out on this one. It was a great individual performance, I guess I would say.
Kennedy calls for the high screen, gets double-teamed.
It looks like
And it's going to be a timeout by Chris Rowntree.
I think they were about to call a jump ball. So
they were.
Great job there by Father Judge's coaching staff realizing that. And, you know, you get a timeout here. You kind of just need to take a breather. I mean, you know, everybody needs it even if you are Father Judge. And, you know, just try and get ready for this end game. Clock is obviously the enemy with just about 6 minutes remaining left in this one. So clock's the enemy. Try and drain the clock. Hold the basketball. Don't let the prep get any unwanted possessions. And guys like Kavera Kennedy, Everett Barnes, Rocco Westfield, they have played absolutely incredible today. Kavera Kennedy, I mean, 15 points for him. He's played great. Also 13 rebounds, 8 assists. I mean, almost a triple-double. So Father Judge, they might be going for that mark in this one. You know, try to get the moral win, I guess you should say, and trying to get Kavera Kennedy that triple-double. We'll see if that comes to fruition here late, but if you're St. Joe's Prep, you try to hang your heads high right now. You know, you're down by a wide margin, but, you know, you try to get some life back into you, and we'll see how this one can end, even though it is not looking good thus far for St. Joe's Prep in the fourth.
Just back to your Kavera Kennedy point. I mean, he's only 6'1", 165 pounds, but he plays like he's a bigger guard. Like, I don't know how to describe it really, but he's taking Jordan Ellerby, Will Lesovitz to the rim, even though they have 3-4 inches on him.
I mean, what's the theme of this broadcast been? Effort, and you've seen that from Kavera Kennedy, literally throwing his body into the paint to try to get offense and defensive rebounds.
Kennedy turning it over that time. Jaron McKee can't finish on the offensive side of things. Right back to the man himself, the 3-star guard. Also won't be able to connect on the layup. Now it's Westfield with it outside the three-point line. He's going to step on the sideline, out of bounds, St. Joe's Prep ball.
Even though you get that turnover, your St. Joe's Prep, I was looking at Jaron McKee on the other end, and he just looked absolutely frustrated.
Yeah.
He has not taken too many shots in this game. He's only taken 3, and not many of them have fallen. Only 1.
McKee looks to go left, can't get the step-back jumper to go in the face of Morton Rivera.
Seems like the Prep a little bit tired. You know, it's a bit short.
Yeah, exactly. Tired is an understatement as Everett Barnes throws it down over Julian McKee.
And that's
the exclamation point.
That is, you hit it right on the nose there, Gavin. That is the exclamation point. I tried to find the words as, you know, it was kind of my cue to speak, but, I mean, just a nice play there by Everett Barnes. Obviously, Julian McKee, not the most muscular player that the Prep has on this team. And Everett Barnes, I mean, you can just see that
even after that one, Rocco Westfield out hustles Mekhi Robertson. Robertson gets caught stepping on the sideline. Father Judge basketball.
Yeah, well, Everett Barnes in the weight room a lot, you can see. And, you know, that's just a sort of power thing if you are Father Judge. But even with a few minutes left, it's good to see Father Judge putting in some effort.
Ellerby causing the turnover on defense. They're going to get him with a travel on the offensive end.
tried to go behind the back there, got a little too fancy at the end of the day.
Took one too many steps.
We've seen Jordan Ellerby do that 100 times, though. So, Father Judge, they got in a bit of his way. So, one of the few times you see Jordan Ellerby turn that over.
Westfield crosses half court, guarded tightly by Jordan Ellerby. Ellerby calls for the switch now to Robertson on Westfield. All alone on that right side, and it's going to be a foul on Mekhi Robertson off
and
the drive.
And Mekhi Robertson, someone typically who has a great first step, and he was able to defend that well on the defensive end as well, guarding guys' his first step. And it seems like that Father Judge has typically had the first step advantage throughout this entire game, and unfortunately you don't have 5 Mekhi Robertsons defensively, but good job there by Mekhi Robertson. He tried to make a play, and you just create a little too much body contact.
Nazir Tyler on the near side wing. Ball turned over now. St. Joe's Prep with possession of it. Owen Chamberlain looks to attack the left, then pulls it out. Probably the smart move, considering he did not have the numbers there under the basket. And he's going to miss his first 3-point attempt of the evening.
And that's not really wanted to see. Want to see Owen Chamberlain maybe go perfect from 3 to end the season, but unfortunately that will not happen.
And that one's going to be a foul on Chamberlain.
And now Father Judge trying to drain out the clock
Yeah.
here. Obviously the trap.
4 minutes left in this one, but it's already been decided.
Traps coming in from St. Joe's Prep.
Yeah, they're trying to trap as much as they can. That one finds its way out to Nazir Tyler. And what do you know? He connects from downtown.
Nazir Tyler, haven't seen much of him offensively in this game. You've seen Kennedy, Westfield, Rivera, kind of the 3 main guys, and Tyler just hasn't really gotten that many attempts to shoot.
An amazing shot there by Jordan Ellerby, though. He connects from 3. He's limping though.
Now.
Not a good sign, as Gab Pennington looking to check in for St. Joe's Prep.
Not a way you want to go out if you are Jordan Ellerby, and you can just see the life has kind of been sucked out of the Prep. You see Will Lesovitz and Jaron McKee embracing on the court, and I think they kind of know.
Yeah, this is the last thing you want to see if you're a St. Joe's Prep fan. You come into this game with high hopes, looking to win, hopefully win the PCL title, then make a run in the state tournament. Now all that's out the window. And the worst part now is PCL MVP, your number 1 guy all season, lying down, grabbing his left leg.
Love to see John Barkley come out there and support his friend, as seems to be in a bit of pain. Obviously, A-Rod working on him. Seems to be his ankle, leg, sort of right there. Hopefully he is okay.
Yeah.
As
it was something in that left leg. I don't want to say the K word with the knee.
Yeah, we hope that's not.
But he's around there. I'm not sure. I can't jump to any conclusions.
We won't speculate.
Yeah.
As A-Rod.
It looks to be a little bit lower than the knee.
A-Rod's a bit better in the medical field than what we are. Actually, Gavin, though, you're gonna be in the medical field a little bit, though. So,
I am.
So maybe you can.
Yeah, from up here, I'll tell you.
Right.
He's limping a little bit. Looks to be walking mostly on his own weight, though. A little bit of help from John Barkley and A-Rod, the athletic trainer. But all signs lead to Jordan Ellerby being okay right now.
And that is a shame. That's not really the way you want to go out.
No, it's not.
If you are Jordan Ellerby, but what are you going to do at the end of the day? You did get 1,000 points, though, so, great for Jordan Ellerby, but I think if, when I eventually get the chance to talk to him about this loss, he's not going to talk about that at all.
Tyler gets on the inbound. The stands have cleared out pretty fast here at the Palestra.
Yeah, I think everybody kind of sees the writing on the wall. If you are a fan here,
just been 2 lopsided games. Not what I really expected tonight.
Yeah.
At all.
You expected a little bit more, but, 2 lopsided games. Hoping for a good one on Sunday.
Leaving Everett Barnes wide open. Inside the lane, he slams it down. And the Father Judge student section erupts once more. Chamberlain pump faking, creating space and knocking down the jumper from the free throw line. Olin Chamberlain having himself a night here at the Palestra.
Yeah, great game for Olin.
Tyler dishes to Barnes again. 3 slams on the night for the 3-star big man. Robertson pulls from deep. Can't get it to go. Kavere Kennedy with the rebound. Advances it up to Westfield. Westfield cross court to Morton Rivera. Morton Rivera baseline to Sear. Tyler goes up and draws the foul on Will Lesovitz. Tyler to the line to shoot 2 for the Crusaders.
And it's really just, trying to put a little more points on the board, get the crowd entertained if you are Father Judge, as they are pretty happy with.
Yeah.
They're obviously very happy with the outcome of this game.
Checking into the game for St. Joe's Prep, number 5, Harry Barnes. He subs out Will Lesovitz.
Harry Barnes, a senior, and you like to see him get in,
Yeah.
as he is going to end his St. Joe's Prep basketball career.
His basketball career, going to Boston College next year.
Yes, and Harry Barnes has always been a great role player for the Prep, and really all the seniors. We have to thank all of them here on the WSJP broadcast. They have been absolutely incredible to this team. We've seen them from freshmen all 4 years. That just doesn't mean the guys we see on the court most, Chamberlain, McKee, Ellerby. We have a bunch of seniors on the bench that contribute a lot as well.
Chamberlain pulls from beyond the arc, no good. Harry Barnes with the rebound, dishes it out to Olin Chamberlain. He connects on the floater.
Olin Chamberlain, a great individual.
Barnes now sprinting back on defense, trying to get in front of Nazir. Tyler stops the forward motion. And now it's Tyler going right at Barnes again. Tries to finish with the right, can't get it to go. Morton Rivera, though, finishes on the putback.
And even with 2 minutes remaining, Father Judge still showing a bunch of effort. And
83 points in the Palestra.
That's
It's
something you don't see. Last year's championship game was 40-something points.
Exactly. Tyler in transition. Kicks it this time to Kiev Rucker. He lays it in for Father Judge.
Rucker, another guy we don't see much, and good to see him get some points. And Father Judge going to foul so they can get a standing ovation from their audience.
And get the subs into the game.
And it looks like the Prep will sub in their senior group as well. Or no, they will not actually. They will sit back down.
Jeremiah Adedeji, Dylan Hanley, Nick Evans.
No, they will sub in.
Rakai Mason and Kiev Rucker in for the Crusaders. And for the Hawks, it's Harry Barnes, Liam O'Connor, Mike Gallagher, Connor Patakis, and Pennington.
The all-senior lineup for the Prep. We saw it on senior night against LaSalle, and they played great in the limited time that they had. But, obviously it's on a bit of a more sad occasion here where we will not see these guys again. But
Judge in transition. That's Hanley missing the layup. Rucker once again scoring on the putback.
Hopefully we'll be able to see these seniors again, though. I'm sure they'll come back to see a couple of games over the next couple of seasons.
Gav Pennington pulls from deep. Can't connect.
Gav Pennington, he had a pretty good sale for his Illis company.
Yeah, he did.
Make sure you guys go check that out online. As some great clothing brand. There was a lot of students in the student section.
Yeah,
who
repping
were
that
wearing
proudly.
That. Yes, very proudly, and hopefully Gavin Pennington can do great things with that business brand when
Harry Barnes, flashy no-look pass inside to Connor Patakis. He's going to finish strong on the left side. 2 points for the senior in the Palestra.
Love to see it there. Love to see this senior get a few points in the Palestra. And it looks like
Zach is one of those
this will be
seniors
it.
whose basketball career isn't actually over, so he's going to go play D3 basketball at Muhlenberg next year.
Love to see it. Muhlenberg, a great school, great academically challenged school, and
Yeah.
hopefully we could see him, in a couple games here,
Yeah.
and hopefully he can
Definitely.
make an impact.
15 seconds left to go, and they're just going to let the clock run out here at the Palestra as the prep student section quickly clears out, and the Father Judge student section just erupting. Your final score, 89-61 in favor of the Father Judge Crusaders. Not the outcome we wanted, Ryan, but it's the outcome we got.
Definitely not. And, the prep, there's just some games that just don't go your way, and this was obviously one of them. A bunch of things didn't go their way. Rebounding, shots weren't falling. You got a couple unlucky bounces, and for Father Judge, everything was working. You had a couple, every three seemed to be going in. Your timing was right for the rebounds, and it just was not a great game for the prep, and it's just a sad way to go out. But, we're happy to see these seniors put on such a great performance, and it was an incredible basketball season. And, Gavin, this is your last basketball broadcast calling the prep for your 4 years here.
Yep.
And thank you, Mr. President. But,
Of course.
yeah.
I mean, it's been a pleasure. It's been a ride.
Definitely.
And like I said, 89-61. Not what you want if you're a St. Joe's Prep fan. Not what you expect if you're a PCL basketball fan. But Father Judge, I think effort, hustle were those two words that we kept going back to. They out-hustled, and they seem to have more effort, more heart than St. Joe's Prep tonight on the big stage. Combine that with a great shooting performance from beyond the arc, and great things are going to happen.
Definitely.
And they did tonight at the University of Pennsylvania. That'll do it for us. That'll do it for us here from the Palestra. Your final score, 89-61 in favor of the Father Judge Crusaders. From our whole crew here up in the booth, I've been Gavin Heinerichs. Alongside me, Ryan Sullivan. We say good night. Go Prep.
Go Prep.